Hey guys.
Hi. We're back with a bang.
What bang?
Wala, baka utot ni Hiro mamaya.
All right, guys.
Welcome to our 7th episode. Would you look at
Seven.
that? 7
I've
already.
lost track.
I'm still keeping track because I'm editing this, so
Mhm.
I should be able to know, isn't it, guys? So again, welcome, guys. It's Sheila,
And Ruel,
and welcome to
the
the
CommoNurse
CommoNurse podcast. Yes.
All right, what are we gonna talk about today? Oh, sorry. First of all, do you like my outfit?
I know. Guys, comment down below if you remember someone from his outfit because I do.
I just
I
need to
kept
wear
laughing
those
earlier.
big round specs,
That's so true. I kept laughing
but
earlier
I
because
definitely have less hair compared to that character, though.
yeah, true. So he's a cartoon character.
I'm Vector.
Now he did say it. So he's Vector from the Minion.
Only because the scrubs that I had was
Well, he's
stinky.
and not only stinky, he kept complaining about it, guys. Like, oh, I need a new scrub and
I'm actually
I
just waiting
need-
for sponsors, guys, and it did work.
Yeah.
Apparently, my wife bought me some.
and
it's
your
on the
wife
way.
is a sponsor, so you know. Pero nag-aantay din ako ng kapalit.
Wow.
Joke lang. Anyway, guys, how are you going? I hope if you're listening to this podcast, you've listened to our past 6 episodes, and I hope you like it. Otherwise, please give us a comment. We really would appreciate your
Or,
constructive
yeah.
criticism.
Let us know what you want us to talk about.
Exactly right. And
Or
also,
if you want to be our guest via
Via
video chat,
yeah,
we
via
can probably
Zoom.
work that out.
Exactly right. But yeah, I mean, it's a Friday here. Friday the 13th, actually,
Yeah, so-
of January already. That's so quick, hey? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like days of this month has been pulling like fast forward, and I can't keep track. Anyway, Ruel's gonna give us a bit of an introduction about our topic today. If we're on the same page, it's a bit sensitive, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely sensitive.
Very sensitive. So, rated SPG. Striktong patnubay ng magulang ang kailangan. But seriously speaking, I think we are coming in an era that I think this is less. Well, it's still there, but it's less.
It depends on where you are, I think.
I think so. So
Yeah.
Ruel's gonna give us the story. I mean, the bit of a background of the topic.
Do they have to give a background? It doesn't need any introduction.
Okay.
So what we're going to be talking about on this episode is about workplace violence.
I think that's a bit extreme. Maybe
Yeah, it is.
Workplace bullying or
No, call it what it is. It's workplace violence. It comes in many forms and ways, and
I'm the positive in this relationship. I don't want to go to negative.
it can be very subtle to some.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people can give very subtle jabs towards you, but
Yeah,
you being so naive, not realizing that,
that's so true.
they're already bullying you, or like, I don't know, what's the other term for it?
They're taking advantage of
Yeah,
you.
basically that's it.
Yeah. I guess what Ruel is trying to say is that this topic is very relatable, especially for us. I think not only for us, for those people working who has probably a boss, a supervisor, someone senior. It depends on where you are.
As long as there's like a hierarchy of professional position, there would always be this tendency of
Workplace
violence.
or bullying. So I
like,
guess
you don't have to be a nurse to experience this.
yeah. I
So,
feel
yeah.
like yeah, in different departments, because I feel like I just want to quote this. Everyone is essential. Everyone plays a
Yeah, definitely.
different and special role in this world. Not only
In
because
this ecosystem.
because we can't function without each other. You get what I mean? Like, I think it's just being called like we're essential workers because of the pandemic, that people actually saw the importance of healthcare workers and how we managed and we dealt with it. But
We definitely needed HR throughout the pandemic because without them, we wouldn't be receiving our pay.
exactly right.
So they were, they still are essential.
Essentials.
Yeah.
Yeah. So depends on where you are.
Uh,
Again, we are gonna go back to a specific topic. What do you want to discuss about?
no, I was gonna ask you first. Like,
Okay.
is there a specific time or event in your workplace that you felt like someone took advantage of you, or you felt like you were bullied?
Definitely. I would say starting out as a RN1 year one, because my previous no, my current
So is
workplace.
this a colleague experience or
Yeah, my
okay?
boss experience.
Wow.
Wow. Um like, you know what? I feel like
Insert your boss's photo in here.
no. No, I don't have his photo. It's yeah, no. It's not worth my time and stress to find his photo, but anyway, so going back, again I mentioned that when I started my work, well, look, I guess coming from an immigrant background, I had that responsibility, and for me, that's out of my humility to actually start from humble beginnings. So I started as a trainee dialysis nurse.
Mm.
I was working. They hired me to train for about 6 weeks to learn about the machine, how to look after patients. But definitely, I feel like I haven't finished that 6 weeks, and then I was on my own in the floor, but I was getting like probably simple, easy to manage patients that is
Mm.
within my scope, and I'm still being supervised, which is great. But I didn't realize that I feel like his comments and his words and action held me back to my potential. That's how I felt. Like it's
Like
not.
what sort of
Look, because every time, here's the thing. I even wanted to do post grad. Remember that
oh yeah,
time?
yeah.
Yeah, I even wanted to do post grad during my first year of being a dialysis nurse, and so I tried to discuss it with him. I felt like this is the time that, not really abused, but I was like told off.
He didn't
Maybe
support you.
he didn't support me, and it's also like
At the same
trying to
time, he
dismiss.
did shut down the like.
Yeah, he's trying to dismiss my plans in the future,
Mm.
because I was actually telling him like, hey, I wanted to study my postgrad in renal nursing, because
Mm.
it's a pathway forward. Like I want to also learn, like I'm learning the
Did he have
basics.
a post grad
Yeah, he did.
for whatever?
So what he did was, it's not actually like straight in my face like say you can't. He was saying that, hey, you need to be having like a year of experience in dialysis, blah 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 blah. And I was this naive, fresh from uni, out of nursing school, and then, but I have a overseas background,
Mm.
but I felt like he was saying that, you know what, because you're still new, especially in dialysis nursing, you have to be like a year of, you have to have like 1 year
Okay.
experience
Is that a
looking at.
prerequisite though for the course? Did you have a look?
Well, not really, no.
You
No, it's
eventually
not.
did enroll, right?
I did enroll,
Mm.
but that was like, look, it was in my third year
Mm.
of renal dialysis, renal nursing. Like I can't actually enroll, because that's basically me studying during in the first year that I'm also like looking after dialysis patients. So I don't get the point. But look, I did respect his decision. I did wait for about a year and more
Mm.
before I enrolled, but I felt like I should have gone and then, just try to inquire in the university that I was about to go to, and then, just ask them like, hey, do you really require me to be 1 year? Because that's the thing, guys. He did help me off my potential. Like I feel like I could have done more and studied more in the earlier days of my renal nursing compared to like me studying it now. It's never too late though. It's never too late though. But like I feel like that's the time. Like he, not only during that one, he was also like saying, he was treating me like as if I'm still a junior after years of experience in dialysis nursing. Like, I feel like I'm still this one of the junior nurses, even with my senior
Like
nurses.
it didn't give you the chance to upskill at work or something like that.
Yeah, true. And like I kept volunteering. I want to be like a hand hygiene nurse. I want to be assertive, and I also want to be like proactive during my career and
Mm.
in my profession. But that didn't happen because hey, you know what? We're a private company. We don't really support you. We don't really support education. We don't have in services.
That's
Just
quite
so you know,
unfortunate.
it's very unfortunate, but it's sad in a way that I felt like I'm being bullied. But fortunately, in a way, it's not just me. There's a lot of us has been
Mm.
treated like that.
Did you speak up though? Or did you say something at that time?
Look, I think coming from again culturally like Filipino kind of background, I feel like I'm just told to be shut up, follow and obey commands. That's it. Like I just want to be humble and just want to not get into trouble. Does that
Mm.
make sense?
Well, it's quite common for our
Yeah, yeah,
generation. Yeah,
especially in
especially
Asian
yeah.
Asian backgrounds as well. I'm not
Not
sure,
necessarily.
not necessarily, but like I'm not sure with you guys. Please comment down below if you also felt that way. But like coming from an immigrant background,
Mm.
I feel like I'm always on the safe side because I don't want to lose my job
Yeah.
because he's my boss. I can't be like opposing to my boss. I don't want to get into trouble. I don't want to be like reported to APRA and then get my registration because this is our livelihood. Like,
Like
right?
what? Why? I'm just trying to think. Why would it come to that point if you're not doing anything wrong?
Well,
Why would you think of that?
that's my fears.
Mm, okay.
I feel like those are just the things that just me.
Okay.
Like
A bit irrational, but yeah, you're
yeah,
entitled to
a
your
bit
own.
irrational, but I'm again, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to play safe because
Yeah.
this is where we get our money to pay our bills, our mortgage, and I don't want to lose my job because I was this person who is actually against the management. Like, there's a lot of people like that. And I don't have that
There's always yeah.
bravery and that courage to actually like say tell my boss off because I can't afford to lose my job.
Yeah.
I'm just being realistic. Like if anywhere you are in the world, like regardless of, especially if you're an employee, you have to think about your family. You have to think about your future.
Mm.
If you're this being a
You
rebellious
have to be
employee,
selfless at yeah,
yeah, if you're
some
this
occasion.
rebellious employee, then I feel like you know what, it's not worth your time.
Pick your
It's just
battles.
yeah, pick your battles. Exactly right. Like,
Have you noticed though, like for every workplace that you've been on, there's always gonna be two parties
mhm. Yeah,
in a work group. There's always the pro management
and then the
and
anti-management. Yes, I want to be in the middle. I don't want to get
yep,
into trouble.
couldn't care less. You
Um,
guys do your own
like
thing.
yeah. For me, I don't get into politics, especially because I know like my life is easy. I just want to enjoy my life, and once I'm out of work, I just want to like
Chill, forget about work, and
forget
then
about
yeah,
work,
live your life.
block it out, live my life, enjoy my boys, have a date with my husband, spend time with my husband, do this podcast, do my vlog. Like, yeah, that's just how it is. I don't want to be that person who is actually like, oh, I'm still gonna think of my patients at the end of the day. Look, if
But you
I'm
do though occasionally,
I do because
or
you
probably
still
most of the time.
you no, not really.
Okay.
No, I don't talk to you about my patients. I do talk to you about some of my patients, but
Mm.
like sometimes if I forget, just yeah, forget about it. I
Okay.
think I'm quite lucky that way. I can just shut it off. I have like a shut off kind of barrier kind of thing. I don't know.
You're just good in blocking out.
Yes. Like I just want to have that moment like
Mm.
when I go out of work like past that exit point in the hospital. That's it. My job is done.
But knowing you, like, because obviously we're living together,
Yeah.
like, it's very seldom that you arrive home, especially when I'm just at home,
Mhm.
and then you don't talk to me about how bad work was. I was like, oh,
Not
this thing
really
happened, blah blah
every
blah, and then
time.
well, most of the time.
Most of the time, maybe.
So I'm
But
having
it's
a hard time believing, that you're good in blocking out because you vent out like
well,
almost every
that's
after shift
well.
that I'm
See,
home.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
I feel like what I'm doing, venting, is also like kind of debriefing, and also
it's
like
actually
this
good.
is this
Yeah,
is like
it's
our
therapy.
debriefing.
It's
Yeah, our
therapy.
debriefing.
Yeah.
But apart from that, guys, we don't actually talk about our patients like really out of work, like really
Mm.
name our patients. It's just the experience, I guess, like
Mm.
how you handled it, how you dealt with your like some management, or like not really management, how you handled the situation in that moment, in that
Mm.
shift. I think that's about it. But look, enough of me. How about you? How's the
Um,
experience with workplace bullying?
not necessarily colleague to colleague,
Mm-hmm.
but we cop a lot of abuse from our consumers.
Yeah, your clients. Yep.
Yeah, it's just the nature of our job.
I guess.
Unfortunately, but um, with me, I don't take it personally
Mm.
because most of them, it's just the way they talk. Even
Mm-hmm.
though even though we're in the era now of being politically correct,
Mm.
not everyone is very well adapted to it.
No,
So I have, yeah,
I feel like it depends on the generation too,
yeah.
babe. Because
But most of our consumers though are unfortunately on the less educated side. They're, yeah.
mm, okay. Oh well. Yeah.
So they're there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really expect them to be observing this political correctness thing
Yeah. Okay.
because they like for every period there's always an F word, like not directed to you, it's just that that's the way they talk, but some
Yeah.
of it,
True.
yeah,
And
is, I think. But yeah, look, I'm just good in blocking it out.
no, you don't.
No, like really, like there was never a point in time where I went home and then I was stressing
Well,
out on a
I guess
particular
that's
thing.
true
Yeah,
as well. That's true
I was like, the
because
moment I leave the place, that's it. Do you agree?
okay, because you don't agree with me, I won't agree with you
No.
then. No,
But
no. I feel like my sharing to you is like venting, like how we
mm,
talk about our experiences now. But nevertheless, it's not like really worse that we can't really manage it, or we can't really just talk past
mm,
it. Um, but in all fairness, though, going back to that boss of mine, I was also putting myself into his shoes because I guess like in a boss kind of way, I've experienced that as well because I was managing our store back in the Philippines. So in a way, I could say that I could be like the enemy
mm,
because I have to implement some changes or some things that I want my employees to do, and sometimes you just come off like the villain in the story, isn't it? Like
yeah.
if you think about it. But now
For
coming
every
from
situation, there's always gonna be,
a villain. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
true. And then coming from an employee point of view, like you don't want to be told. Sometimes you also want to do it your way.
Mm.
So I guess at the
Can
end
you
of the day,
imagine if everything just or everyone just said yes to whatever? Like that would
oh,
be very boring.
it is
There won't be any challenges in life anymore if that happens.
true. Well, that's what I mean. Like I
Mm.
feel like
Someone just farted, and
the boys are here,
it's
guys.
very foul.
Oh my god. I can. Yeah, see? We're starting starting it with a bang. um but yeah, going back now to the topic. Let's go back to the topic.
um. So alright, moving on. Let's
Yep.
move to something more extreme. Have you ever been exposed to like physical workplace violence? Oops.
No. Hey. So Wata's here, guys. Welcome, Wata. Um
Careful.
so I haven't really experienced like physical
Yeah, same.
violence
Yeah.
because I guess you know what has been the comments about me? I'm not like, you know,
Oh, I know a lot of comments about you.
really.
Yeah.
What? Sige, sige daw, sige daw. Sabihin mo, bilis.
Yeah. Keep
Bilis.
going.
Hindi naman sa, like, how do I say this in English? It's not like binubuhat ko yung sarili ko. Like, binubuhat ko yung sarili kong bangko.
Like it's
Like,
like
I'm
blowing your own horn.
yeah. It's not that. But, like, some patients would tell me, like, you know what? You're a really nice nurse. I try to be very
Aw.
respectful. I try to be, like, I try to be kind. And I guess it's not just.
Oh, speaking of kind, do you know that at one point in my workplace,
Mm,
I've won like the kind nurse
award.
thingy? Yeah, I was like proudly wearing that. Well, not proudly, but I was wearing the badge that I won.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
You did. You
Yeah,
did. I saw that
I forgot
one.
what
Good on you.
that
Good on you,
particular
baby.
title is, but yeah.
Good on every nurses and doctors who are really kind and trying to listen to their patients and their colleagues and everyone else.
I just find that funny because I think I had an outburst like a couple of weeks back before I won that award.
And then
I'm so
they awarded you to being kind. What? It's the opposite.
Hey,
It's
everyone
like,
can have bad days at work.
yeah, true. Well, I guess that's the thing. We have good days and we have bad days. But yeah, every time I always try to be kind to my patients. Not only to my patients, and like doctors, they would say like, "Oh, it's good. It's Sheila. Oh, that's fine because it's like I can get the job done." Like, you know what I mean? Like they would say like, "Hey Sheila, I've ordered something for." No worries, doctor. We'll do it. Oh yeah.
Good on you.
I try my best. I try my best.
yeah.
So
At
I
the end
guess
of the day, that's what we're there for.
exactly. And again, teamwork because
Like,
you
can you
know,
imagine going to a job thinking it's like I'm only gonna do this and wouldn't give a toot
yeah,
about
about it.
anything else? Like,
No,
you have to.
exactly. But look,
You have to try
like,
your best in
to
performing what you're
be
meant to
to
be doing.
be completely honest, my job now is like I'm always looking forward to going to work because I love the people that I work with.
Same.
Like,
Shout out, guys.
yeah, shout out to my ED colleagues.
Past and
You
present.
are, yes, you are amazing. I just find that we work well together, especially you've got a lot of support. That's all I can say. You've got a lot of support, and even in my dialysis workplace, like most of my colleagues are really like fun to work with. I remember one comment though. They would say, "Oh, you know what, Sheila, we miss you here because every time you're working, you play music and like we're like in a happy mood and happy
yeah,
vibe." Like, yeah, of course, we should start our day happy because if we started like we're grumpy and all angry and like we're carrying the weight of the world, that's gonna be a bad day for us.
Yeah.
And even for our patients. So
It's contagious.
it is. So,
Can you
shoo
put your
away
pillow in here?
yeah,
quickly?
shoo away the negative vibes and then yeah, we're good to go.
Someone's already trying to make his bed. I know. Because
That's
we
it.
always record like close to midnight.
So
and
that's
yeah,
why
that's why.
someone's
Or
already
maybe
tired.
they've run out of traits. No, there's
No,
still.
there is
Can you
still
quickly
some.
grab that one?
Come on.
The one underneath you.
Here. Okay, ataboy, ataboy. You want this? You want this?
Classic
Classic.
CommoNurse
Ataboy.
podcast interruption.
Yes. Cutely interrupted by the wata.
Oh no.
Wata boy.
Oh, you go pick it up.
Okay. Can you not ruin mommy's wires though?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually pretty good because even me, like I don't think I've experienced physical abuse at work. Again, it's mostly verbal, and at one point I actually had to verbally escalate. No, I lost my shit at one point because I was going to this particular area where they call like a unit for like
Mm-hmm.
people with, I don't know, behaviors that needed to
Mm.
be disciplined.
Yep.
So that special area.
Yep.
And I was working with this new staff member.
Mm-hmm.
He's of African descent.
Yep.
So he's still new. And
Okay.
then sorry.
Ow, ow.
So this lady
Mm-hmm.
was calling out this workmate of mine, ridiculous names, and it was very racist.
Oh, that is so bad.
Yeah.
I hate people
It
doing
just
that.
ticked me off the wrong way, and my mouth just went off. Even the officers that were there,
They were surprised.
they were surprised that I
that you
went.
can actually tell the
Yup.
person off. Yep.
Like I literally told her, you don't call people that name because at the moment you're actually the one who's behaving like it,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have the right to abuse us.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
we acknowledge that you do have your rights as well, but when you're doing that to
Where's the
us,
applause? This one?
oh, that's the wrong one.
Woo!
Like
Good on
literally,
you. Good
you're
on you.
nullifying all of that
Mm-hmm.
when you're abusing us like that.
Exactly. You're actually just showing the real you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, why would we even care if you were treating us like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good on you. Good on you for doing that.
Yeah, and I was calling her names too. I was full on like bringing
Wow.
the house down in front of her.
Mind you guys,
Like I was shaking.
mind you guys, Ruel and I have a lot of arguments, but he never called me names.
Yeah, yeah. Why would I?
No, no, exactly. But like that was a different you then.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I don't want to see that you.
and and then just to share another experience,
Yeah.
like where this was like a couple of weeks before I won that kind nurse badge.
That guys, whoever gave him that award, you probably got it wrong.
No, the incident that I've shared recently about
Yeah.
her calling names was more recent. Just happened last year, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was a bit further back, probably more than a couple of years ago.
Yep.
So I forgot what he was calling me, but it was, well, to cut it short, like he was calling me useless and stupid and
Wow.
so.
The nerve, hey?
And when we're interacting with our consumers, we usually do it through a tiny hatch.
Yep.
So he was there yelling his face on the hatch. So I slammed the hatch back on his face.
Yep.
And then I told him, go F yourself. And then so he went back running to his cell and started crying. And yeah. No.
Did he report you? No.
Well, he, out of his frustration, he,
Slashes himself.
yeah,
Trying to cut himself. Okay. Oh.
unfortunately,
Wow.
but yeah.
Well, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. I pick my battles too.
Yeah, true. And I guess this is one thing that I would like to actually advise you on, guys. Always try to stand up for yourself. No one's going to do that for you.
As long as
As long as you're
like
in
I'm
the
not trying
right.
to defend myself that what I did was right, because
Yeah, exactly.
I'm expected to have like my professional standards while at work, but
Yep. Professional ethics.
ethics, yeah.
Yep.
But it was probably I was having a bad day,
Yep.
accumulation of like probably problems,
At work.
no, at home,
Mm-hmm.
and then yes, a lot of stressors,
Yep.
and then you get called out for no reason. It's like no,
Yeah. Like even for me, I've got heaps of patients, especially guys, there's a lot of people coming into ED who is actually drug seeking. We have had that a lot. And definitely they're gonna give you problems. They're gonna give you like behaviors that is really inappropriate. They would be aggressive. They would try to yell out to you. And this is like a recent experience as well. But one thing that you should know about me, I'm nice, but I'm not that nice. I also pick my battles and I tried to tell that patient off. So what he did was, so he was saying he's complaining about pain. So we gave him a lot of medications already. Look, I validate that he's in pain. I was asking, I started with his blood pressure, of course, vital signs. Of course, I asked for his pain score. Like I said, what's your pain score now? And so, because I kept asking him, I kept assessing the pain because I want to have that validation of where the pain is at, because that's what you do when you're a nurse. You just not acknowledge that there's a pain. You want to know where it is. You want to know, is it radiating to anywhere? Is it like how intense it is? How would you describe the pain? So I kept asking this question, also wanted to see if he's really in pain.
I can't give you any answers apart from he's in pain.
Well, he shouted at me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he did. And he did say that, I already told you, I'm in pain. And I told him, you know what I said to him? I said, you know what? I ask you about your pain score. Don't yell at me, okay? I'm your nurse. I'm not your slave. And mind you, how can I give you pain relief if I don't know where your pain is? I don't appreciate you yelling at me because That's not how we do things here. Okay?
Did you call security?
No, I did not. He apologized. Definitely. I'm gonna fucking stand for myself. Like seriously. Like who the hell are you who could yell at me? You're not my parent. Seriously? And I'm actually doing my job. What are you doing in your behalf? And this is in the background of alcohol. Like if you're gonna drink your way out.
Like, is this a known client?
Yeah, very known. So look, I did not judge him. I was actually doing my job assessing him. But don't start yelling in my face. Like, no, mate, you're not gonna have it. Like, exactly. And I said, you know what? I'll get one of the doctors to talk to you because I don't know. We've given you a lot of pain relief as well. We've already taken some bloods, and I feel like they have to start taking some blood tests first before we give you any pain relief because I have to put a cannula in. And so he started being nice to me, and then I pop a cannula in, and then he said, "Oh, gauge 22 because he's got really small veins." And he said, "Oh, you know what? I really appreciate people who does it first time because not a lot of people can get bloods from me or can actually put a proper cannula." I'm like, okay. I'm just like,
Anyway,
I'm over
guys,
it.
the bottom line is we're not encouraging you to be violent.
Yeah, no to violence.
Like, kill them
To-
with kindness.
Exactly.
If you can. Yeah, it's just that we're sharing our experience, and well, we actually want to tell you, like, to stand up for yourself. Yeah, don't let other people put you down or take advantage of you. What else can you tell them?
I guess to close this, I would advise you on, I would say 3 things. Firstly, put yourself into that person's shoes. Maybe they're going through a lot. I'm not sure if we can just say like we can accept the abuse, but look, think of what's been going on to their heads. Maybe you can ask, "Are you okay?" Maybe
that's a
you
big
have
thing.
yeah you have
The "are
do
you
you have
okay" thing.
do you have a problem? Maybe we can talk about it because I feel like you're very anxious. I feel like you're very stressed at the moment. Is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, like
Offer help.
our experience. We didn't retaliate like on an outburst
Yeah, no,
instantaneously. It
no.
was an accumulation of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, in case an experience of yours
Yep.
or this would happen to you,
Yep.
like, don't copy what we did. Probably you can do better.
I think you
Yeah.
can do better. Number 2, it's Ruel. It's true what Ruel said, that kill them with kindness. If they try to yell at you, try to answer them slowly, calmly, and in a nice way. Like, say, like in that incident, I wasn't really like raising my voice towards him. I was actually starting with, "Can I please take your obs, sir? Can I please can you please tell me where your pain is?" And so when he started yelling at me, this is when number 3 comes in. You have to stand up for yourself. Don't take the BS that patient puts on you because they just want the pain relief straight away. No, you got to do what you got to do. You have to be a nurse first and then give them the pain relief that they needed. You just don't say like to one of the doctors like, "Hey doctor, can you chart morphine?" You don't give morphine straight away. You have to do your assessments first. Because how are you gonna justify giving that patient a stronger pain relief if you haven't even done your nursing basic
without a
nursing
background.
skills? Yeah. So I guess those 3 advices, you can take it to heart, guys, or you can actually do better. That's what Ruel said. And maybe, you can share your story again to us. Is it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm so proud.
Before we end this episode, I would like to give my friend in the Middle East a shout out.
Yeah, who is that?
Jairus and your wife Rexan. I miss you guys.
Did they say that they're asking for a shout out?
Yeah,
Are
he
they?
requested. He wanted me to shout him out on one of
Oh,
our episodes.
wow. Hello. Thank you for listening to our podcast. And also Nestor as well. I just want to prompt him that he subscribed. So thank you. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, this is Sheila.
And Ruel.
And this is the
CommoNurse
CommoNurse
Podcast.
Podcast.
Bye.
Mwah.